Hi everybody, this is Dr. Sa'ad Ahmed Abdallah, Professor of Microbiology, Botany Department, Faculty of Women for Arts, Science and Education, Ain Shams University. This presentation is about how to publish your thesis or dissertation and how to turn it into a journal article. Before we start the topic and to prepare how to prepare the journal article from thesis, it's important to know why to publish the thesis. First of all, maybe you want to document your work, or you want to share your research findings with larger audience, not only locally, but maybe regionally or internationally, and also to contribute to your field. And also maybe due to some institutional requirements that if you want to finish your academic program, you have to publish your thesis in a journal article, as a journal article. Okay. Before we start, it's important to know the differences between the thesis and the journal article regarding few important sections. If we compare between the thesis and the journal regarding the abstract or introduction or results or discussion, we can find that the thesis abstract is very detailed and longer, and including tiny information about the research topic or research question, or questions if you have more than one research question within the thesis, and should be. Okay, you can find in the abstract of the thesis some information related to or relevant to these research questions. Second, in the introduction of the thesis, it should reflect that you are familiar with research within the same field, should be detailed and thorough, which means that this section should be included with all the previous studies relevant to your topic occurred in the literature review, previous studies done before. And the results should include all your research findings. Of course, many findings you can find. The detailed one, you have to be included. It should be included in the results. Finally, the discussion also should be very detailed and discuss all the findings occurred within the results. Now, let's move to the journal article. The abstract in the journal article is shorter, of course. The introduction should be concise and not included any details. Why? Because your audience already has the knowledge and the background on the topic. You need only to highlight the most relevant literature that related to your research question. Regarding the results, only presents the findings that answer your research questions or support your hypothesis. Maybe you can find in the thesis some results, but it could be considered as secondary results, not the main results. So it should be avoided, just to include in the journal article the findings that related directly to the research question. At the end, the discussion section, of course, it will focus on the results presented in the article, not more, okay? Should also be focused to the results occurred within your research questions or answering your research questions. Now, if you want to start, you ask yourself many questions. What to include? What to exclude? What to do if I want to prepare the journal article? Now, how to decide on what to include? First of all, you will need to exclude so many details in order to convert the thesis into journal articles. Definitely, details in the thesis should be excluded 100%. Just take the parts relevant, as I told you before, the relevant to the research questions you have. And also, if you want to do that, to exclude so many details, the data that answers just one research questions only should be included in the research article. For the results and discussion, also need to be addressed or focus only on the research questions included in the articles. Avoid the details. The reference list will also change since you will not include all the references in the thesis. Of course, you exclude many details and many parts in the literature review or the introduction or from the discussion. So all the excluded parts and the excluded text included occurred with the references. So you have to remove these references because you already removed the text from the introduction or the discussion. Now, what are the important elements to consider when converting your thesis into journal article? You have to consider the following. First, the length of the text, abstract word limit, the introduction and or literature review sections. Some journals, it is an introduction, whereas in the other journals, it is known as literature review section, followed by the methods section, results and discussion sections, the reference list, and at the end, the tables and figures. Let's start with the first element about the length of the text. What the characters or the characteristics or the properties of the best length of the text? It should be brief as much as possible and concise and go to the point directly. And you have to eliminate sections or details from the thesis not needed. And you have, if you have several hypotheses or research questions, also you have to select only one research question or two maximum to focus or to address. But if the thesis have many other research questions and important research questions with important findings, you can publish several papers, each one focusing on a specific research question or topic with their findings and results and discussion. Okay? Let's now move to the abstract word limit. Most journals require a maximum of 250 words in the abstract. Some other time, some journals reach to 300 words, okay? But this is the average. Now, once you decided on which research question to include, you will only need to address it in the abstract and exclude all the details that were eliminated. Sure. When you prepare the abstract, you have to take into consideration some important information should be included within the abstract. For example, you have to start the abstract with two statements about as an introduction to your topic, some brief information, the important information about the topic, followed by the aim or objective or the research question of your study. Then the most important methodology used to reach the best findings, followed by the findings already you have, and and to focus only on the top findings or the best findings, or the most important findings that answer the research questions. And you have to end your abstract with a 2-statement as a conclusion, very small paragraph. So this is the way to prepare the abstract. And also the findings reported in the abstract also should reflect the ones that are addressed in the article. طبعا, all the findings in the abstract, or the findings occurred in the abstract, should be reflecting the findings already in the results. Now, how to prepare the introduction or the literature review section? Should be concise, directly to the point, included the recent studies relevant to the research topic or this research question, and should only focus on the literature or material relating to the immediate context of your research question and hypothesis. As I mentioned before, you have to eliminate any content that does not directly contribute to readers' knowledge or understanding of the specific research questions or topics, okay? And you have to end the introduction or the literature review with a clear statement of the research question or hypothesis or objective or the aim, whatever you want to end the introduction. Clearly, this study aimed to, our research question in this study is, the hypothesis is, and so on. The objective of the study is, okay? So you have to end this section with a small paragraph including the research objective or the research question or the hypothesis. Then you will move to the methods section, which should provide enough information to allow readers to understand how the data was collected and how the analysis was run. And if you use a new methodology, so you have to put your methodology in details. Otherwise, if your methodology is used before with other authors or other researchers, so you have to mention the name of the method and the name of the author or the study, the author made the study before. Okay, so instead of providing fully detailed description of every step taken or the rationale behind each of them, refer the readers to previously used methods or instrument, okay? So when you put the method section, you take it into consideration, whether it is new methodology, innovative or not. If it is new, so you have to put it in details. Otherwise, just mention the method and put the reference next to the method, okay? Let's move now to the results and discussion sections. Some journals combine the results and discuss in one section. Some others ask you to prepare the results section separately and discussion section separately, okay? For the results, you have to be selective and you have to report only on the most relevant results and the most important results, okay? And ensure that the results directly contribute to answering your original research question. Also, you have to focus what results answer the research question. You have to put these results within the results section. Otherwise, there's no need to mention any other irrelevant parts. And exclude more secondary results. As I told you before, if you have primary results and secondary results, so you have to prioritize to start with primary section, the primary results, and If it is the secondary result is not important, so don't mention it. Or you can add any exploratory analysis you want. Let's move to this to the last part or the last section, the discussion. You have to define the discussion according to the results you report. So when you choose a research question, you put the results and the findings of this research question, and only you discuss these findings. So you have to check that your interpretation of the finding is appropriate and do not generalize beyond the data. As well as you have to add limitations section and any other consideration of the study. To wrap it up, it's a conclusion. The limitation section or a conclusion. You have to wrap up all of the findings that answer or relevant to the research question. You have, and the brief discussion, you have to be included within the conclusion to wrap up the whole study in only one sentence or one statement, not sentence, one paragraph, okay? The reference list, you have to revise it perfectly. Okay, and your list of reference should be ensured that the works you cite contribute to the reader's knowledge of the specific topic and to understanding and contextualizing your research. So you have to, as I told you before, you have to exclude all the references not needed, not included within the text, okay? And you have you revise it and ensure that all selected references or you have cited in your study should be contribute to the reader's knowledge, okay? Should be relevant to the reader's knowledge, should be related to the reader's knowledge regarding the specific topic you choose, which answering the same research question. For the tables and figures, when you put the table or figure, you have to be very selective, because you have to choose the most important tables and figures that including the findings, important findings and results. So do not reproduce content that is already provided in the text. If you write some findings within the text, so no need to add the tables or findings. So the table of findings should be interpret itself. Okay, just when you look to these tables or to these figures, it should be interpreted directly. This is the end of the presentation. Thank you, and hopefully you find it useful. For any questions, please email me on the following email. Thank you very much. Thank you.